Valley City Police Chief Dean Ross has departed from the public service. Ross was put on unpaid leave September 9th due to allegations that he mishandled public money. Ross denied the claim. The city is dropping the allegation, and Ross is releasing the city from any legal claims. City Attorney Russell Myrie calls it a fair, just, and appropriate resolution. Ross says it's the end of a distinguished career. He served nearly 4 decades with the police department. 39-year-old Burleigh County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Sleeper died early yesterday, shortly after handcuffing a man who authorities say had been resisting arrest. Preliminary autopsy results indicate Sleeper suffered a heart attack. He was among several officers in 2007 who were given the North Dakota Peace Officers Association's Life-Saving Award for saving a man's life during a suicide attempt. A fire at the Fargo Coliseum caused damage but no injuries. The fire department says a contractor was cutting through the metal exterior wall and sparks ignited something in that wall. The flames extended up the wall to the ceiling, but not into the building's attic. The goal for this year's Fill the Dome food drive is enough food and money to provide 500,000 meals for people in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. In the past 4 years, the drive to pack the Fargo Dome with food has collected more than 300 tons of food and raised $225,000 for the Great Plains Food Bank. Organizers hope to fill the main event floor of the Fargo Dome on November 21st and 22nd. More information can be found at www.fillthedome.org. The Obama administration asked the Supreme Court Wednesday to hear a case concerning the 2010 healthcare overhaul law. The development makes it almost certain that the court will soon agree to hear one or more cases involving challenges to the law just in time to land in the middle of the 2012 presidential campaign. The German parliament approved the expansion of the bailout fund for heavily indebted European countries today. This is the most important step in a tortuous process that has shaken the markets and raised doubts about the ability of governments to react to the expanding debt crisis. Germany is the only country in Europe with the fiscal resources to pull out countries in the euro currency zone out of trouble. Analysts said the solution will only offer momentary relief rather than anything like a permanent one. With the future of Europe and the euro hanging in the balance, the vote was 523 to 85 in favor of the expanded bailout fund. As a result, Germany agreed to an increase in its share of the guarantees from 123 billion euros to 211 billion euros, or $285 billion. On a brighter note, the weather has been gorgeous these last few days. Let's hope the sun is here to stay for a while. Jessica Gulseth can tell us more. Jessica?
Thank you, Courtney. And yes, we will see the sun a little more this week. Today we saw a high of 64 degrees, and tonight we will see a low around 33 degrees. Friday may be a little chilly, and you might need a jacket. Although the sun will be shining, it will only be about 59 degrees with a slight breeze. Saturday will be a good day for the Jimmies to play football. As they head to Valley City, it will be sunny with a high in the low 70s. Sunday could be a good day to do some end-of-the-year yard work, for the temperature will be in the upper 70s. Monday will kick off the new week with highs in the mid-70s, and even though Tuesday will be just as warm as Monday, we may see some rain. And that's your weather and 5-day forecast, Jamestown. Now back to you, Courtney.
Thanks, Jessica. The Jimmy volleyball team started their 3-game homestand on Wednesday, September 28th, by defeating the Blue Hawks of Dickinson 3-1. The Jimmies lost the first game of the match, but they were able to bounce back and capture the next 3 straight games. In the 4th game of the set, the Jimmies came out strong with a 5-0 lead and never looked back. They finished the game with a score of 25-16. The girls have improved their overall record to 11-7 and their Dakota Athletic Conference record to 2-1 on the season. Over the weekend, the Jimmies will host Minot State at 7 p.m. on Friday and Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday, also at 7 p.m. Minot State has swept 4 consecutive opponents and should be a tough test for the Jimmies. It was quite possibly the most exciting night in regular season Major League Baseball. The Boston Red Sox played the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays played the New York Yankees. Boston and Tampa were battling it out for the American League wildcard berth into the postseason. Boston had the lead until September when they went 7-19 to give Tampa a chance to catch them. It looked as if Boston might clinch as the Yankees were leading the Rays 7-0 until the 9th inning when Dan Johnson came up to bat to hit a home run to tie the game 7-7. It was in the 12th inning where the Rays captured the win on an Evan Longoria home run walk-off win. Back in Baltimore, the Red Sox and Orioles were in a tight contest, but it was all over when Carl Crawford failed to make a good throw to home plate for the Orioles to take the lead and end the Red Sox season. On the National League side, the Atlanta Braves were also hoping to clinch the wild card over the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves, much like the Red Sox, led the race, but blew their 8.5-game lead, which then led the Philadelphia Phillies to win last night's game and put St. Louis in first place for the wild card. On the home front, the Minnesota Twins ended their season last night with a record of 63-99. They managed to pull out a 1-0 victory over the Kansas City Royals. Carl Pavano pitched a 5-hit shutout, and Denard Span, who was called off the bench to pinch hit in the ninth, doubled to center and then scored on a Trevor Plouffe RBI single. I had a chance to meet up with Span on Tuesday at Target Field and asked him a couple questions about his career and interesting season.
Being a Major League Baseball player, has it really hit you yet, or do you still wake up in the morning with that awe and excitement?
Well, it has hit me on most days. Every now and then, or there's some days when I still do get the feeling of, I can't believe that I'm here. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I think a lot of times when I'm on the road and, we're in certain cities and these nice hotels, that's when I have to pinch myself and say, you know what, God has blessed me to be doing what I'm doing.
Coming to work at Target Field every day, does that still get you at all?
Yeah, man. This facility is unbelievable. Every time you drive into the security gates and walk through the doors, you're amazed by how beautiful everything is done. Everything's first class here. They did a wonderful job here, and it's a very professional atmosphere.
Growing up, did you always know that you wanted to play baseball for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it was either that or football. Baseball, called my name, called my number, and so I knew at a young age I wanted to be a professional athlete. And like I said, to be, 20 years later, to be doing it is unbelievable.
How hard did you have to work to achieve your goal?
I can't even put it into words. How difficult it was. I wouldn't change it. For anything. It has made me, the man that I am, and it took a lot of perseverance and hard work, but it's made it so much more sweeter to be here because of that hard work.
And coming off a season like this, obviously it's a rebuilding year, not a championship year. How do you persevere and go into next year with high hopes?
Well, you just got to go home, and everybody needs to go home and have a chip on their shoulders and put this year behind them, and go back and come back to spring training with a new mentality and a new new outlook on the season, and just put this year behind us.
Do you have any personal goals that you like to achieve for next year?
You know what? I try to keep personal goals to myself. Team goals. Obviously, every team sets out to win the World Series. I just want to be a part of that.
Sure. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it for the news tonight. Make sure to join us again tomorrow when we once again connect the campus with the community. I'm Courtney Oliver. Good night, Jamestown.